Day 11 of turning an evaluation account into a funded account. And welcome back, guys, and good morning, my fellow future millionaires and my day traders. As you guys can see, we did take a pretty big, massive loss today, and I'll show you guys the trade that I tried to take, attempt for some shorts on the market, and what had happened, all the goodness. And pretty much just wrap this video for the end of the week. Because as you guys can see, we're 2 weeks in plus an extra day being that random Friday, but 2 weeks in, halfway to funded, $1,500. We have 2 more weeks to get there, and guys, this week was just not the greatest. But how many of you guys are having 3 losing days and 2 winning days and still ending at least either profitable or break even? Still pretty nice. So as you can see, the first 2 days being Monday, Tuesday, I took 5 total trades, and you guys see $42 loss, then a $98 loss there. Then recovered all that and some more on Wednesday, then gained some more gains on Thursday, but then gave practically just almost it all back about on Friday today. So we're gonna run through these trades and show you guys the trades that we took. As you can see, we took 2. We entered 2 this time instead of just taking 1, 1, 1. We entered 2 here and then another one hours apart. Let's break it down, because I was in this trade, guys, for hours and hours, and I even went to sleep thinking, man, should I just cut this shit? This shit immediately, already right off the bat, right away, was not going in favor. So the reason why I entered it was because I had this nice little sell-off candle here, massive pullback to the middle of that smack middle. So I was thinking, you know what, this is gonna be a nice resistance rejection type pullback. Just a very simple breakdown, retest, pullback entry for some shorts. As you can see, I entered 3 of them total and then got stopped out on the next 4-hour candle while I was asleep, because this happened all at night. So I entered 1 here right below that rejection or right below that resistance, and then entered or averaged in 1 more at the very tip of the top. Then from here, while I was watching the market, I was like, yes, nice. This is guaranteed going to go down. Nice rejection doji type candle, and then ultimately big buyers. And this is where I was already going to sleep. Then I woke up to just a massive L of $300 because, guys, we already set the loss for $300. Reason why is because I already knew worst case scenario, if I set it for $300, I'll still be profitable. I already knew I was up at least $500 on the week based off Wednesday and Thursday. So I just knew I could set a loss for $200 and still be profitable. I can set a loss for $300, still be profitable. Hell, I could even set a loss for $400 and still be profitable on the week. But realistically speaking, of course, I got to report back to you guys and let you guys know the trades that we took in. So I just set it at very simply $330 loss, being the fact that it was a pretty decent area for me to get stopped out. Price would have had to climb pretty high up for me to get stopped out, and it did. And it did. I was expecting majorly a nice sell-off here to go instantly in profits, and it never did that, guys. So again, you're going to lose. It's going to happen. And today, this week, guys, we took 3 losses. 3 days of losing and 2 wins. Here's what the net accumulated P&L looks like. I actually like to look at this thing here a lot because you can see kind of just visually the portfolio climbing nicely here. Then you're gonna have losses, guys. It just, you gotta make sure you don't lose it all. So I do have a little bit of pullback here myself, then it back to break above. Then, guys, I was consistently losing here Monday, Tuesday, those losing days. And then a nice, big, decent gain for the next 2, and then losing here again. So again, nice little steady climb up is what you want to look like. You don't want it to look like climbing on up, massive dips, and then climb on up, massive dips. You want it to go climb on up, little dip, climb on up, little dip, climb on up. That's how it needs to look. So anyways, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. We are definitely not going to take any more trades. I'm not going to turn this massive loss into a bigger loss. And anyways, we're already locked out anyways. We can't take any more trades. But pretty much just to wrap up this whole week, guys, we're focusing on, of course, getting funded. That's the goal. But also just showing you guys how important it is, even if you take losses back to back, it can be recovered with a single trade, a single win, a single day, which is what I've been preaching since 2024 of November. Reason why I say that specifically in that date specifically is because in those YouTube videos in November 2024, I was preaching and practicing and implementing and showing the people on YouTube that, guys, I'm going to take one single contract and maximize it. Because once you can maximize one single contract and learn how to manage the loss with 1 and manage the wins with 1, then you can scale into 2. Then you can scale in with 3. So right now, I'm visually just showing you guys how 1 contract, 1 to 2 micros can do, how the power of it can move your portfolio. And I know a lot of people want to trade minis. I know a lot of people want it, but guys, understand. Yes, if I were to trade minis, these days could have, and maybe would have been big, but the losses, guys. Losses is how you have to learn how to stomach losses. In my very honest opinion, some traders have it backwards. They believe that you have to focus on winning, a winning trade setup. It has to be a winning A plus trade, which I would agree to some sense. You do need that A plus trade, but you need to focus on the risk. Every single trade that I enter, I only focus on the risk only. I don't focus on, I'm going to enter this trade and make $500 because it's not always going to win. What happens if you enter a trade and it doesn't make $500? You know what I do instead? I enter a trade and say, I'm going to enter a trade and I'm going to risk 250. If it stops me out at 250, I already expected and pre-planned and stomached a 250 loss. So with all that being said, guys, I just want to wrap up this video and I hope you guys have an awesome ass week and I'll catch you guys on the next one.